And good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right, back in the saddle again. I do apologize last week because I didn't post on social media that the show was canceled. But this is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Remember, we got two shows. Last night about 5 o'clock, we had Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, and the OG, the producer of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, Lawrence Bennett. Great job. Go to YouTube. Go to Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Check it out. All NASCAR. They talked about what happened up there in the ATL last week. Just a crazy time. And Brandon and Lawrence were there live, so check it out. Subscribe to their page, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Surprise to my page. I mean, I really would appreciate it if you would build up my audience a little more than what it is. But, you know, I know my niche, my sports niche is Savannah, Georgia, because I focus on the good kids, the athletes that are successful here in Savannah, Georgia, whether they're youth, high school, pro. So that's basically what I've been doing here for the last, I guess, on the radio and on the internet for the last 15 years now. So I'm glad I could be here. And like I said, the show is basically about local sports all the time right here since the year 2010. I know Coach's Corner has been all food, all fun, all sports. All sports, all food, all fun, or food, fun, and sports since 1991. Voted the best sports bar in Savannah, Georgia. You got to love it. So like I say every week, I got 3 segments, okay? This is the first segment where we talk about what's going on in the Savannah area. Second segment, we highlight the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. We got 3 on at once because they're all 3 state champions from the South Effingham wrestling program. Got to talk to these 3 young men, brought home gold medals. Okay, we have Moose Bringer, we have Tyreek Bailey, and we have Emilio. Let me get his name right. I don't want to push it up. We have Emilio Santana. So all state champions, just unbelievable. They had 6 medalists. South Effingham Mustang wrestling program, pretty impressive. Wanted to talk to them last week, but I got sick. Okay. And then, of course, we're going to finish it up with the coach himself, or we're going to start off with the coach himself, okay? My fault. The first is the coach, okay? Chris Bringer, who's done an excellent program with that program. He's going to talk about his athletes, going to talk about his program. The head coach from South Effingham High School, Chris Bringer. And then, of course, the athletes of the week. I just told you the 3 of them. We got Brandon Moose Bringer. We got Emilio Santana. And we got Tyreek Bailey. So they'll be on about 7:30. Coach will be on about 7:15, and then we'll wrap up the show. I was going to have a 4th guest tonight, but due to practice and him waiting for a ride home, I was going to do something different because this young man focuses on photography. What does he photograph? Sporting events, okay? He's a sophomore at Savannah Christian. He just texted me about 5-10 minutes ago that he wasn't going to make it. He wasn't going to get home until about 7:20, so I will have Chase Goodman from Pro Shoot Media. Go to Pro Shoot Media on Instagram. You can see him and his work and his father's work, Jonathan Goodman. Savannah Christian is their home base, but they go all over the place. I think they were Long County, Richmond Hill. Check it out. He'll be on next week. Tell us why he chose to go the photography route as far as following or being part of high school sports. So once again, he won't be on tonight. That's in my promo. You see the 5 guests. Okay, Chase was the top, then Tyreek Bailey, then Moose Bringer, and then Emilio Santana, and, of course, Coach Bringer. All right, so let's get into this right away because I got to about 7:12, and I got to get out because then I got to bring on Coach. So 3 steps in the door, okay? Talk about high school sports, youth sports, college sports, and pro sports that are connected to the Savannah area. So what do you want me to say? It's basketball time. Step 1 in the door, high school sports. You got to talk about basketball. Cinderella ride, the Jenkins girls, okay? They secured a Final 4 spot with a 48-39 win over Pickens, okay? Pickens was the number 1-2 seed in that Class 3A public school championship. They face Cherokee Bluff tomorrow night. Sorry, take that back. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. at Fort Valley State. If they win, they're in the championship. Coach Brianna Booker and that crew over there, they've done a great job. Jenkins girls, first ever in the school's history of making it to the state semifinals. Then we got to talk about in Class 5A, Bradwell Lady Tigers. Faye Baker, who's been there forever, I mean, I can tell you right now, I coached at Jenkins back in 1995, and she was the coach at Bradwell. She's still there, 30 years strong. They edged out Woodward Academy. Their star player, Paris Parnham's game winner with 3 seconds left, put back. I mean, so they got to go play Langston Hughes Friday, also 1 o'clock, but they'll be at Georgia State University. So Jenkins girls, they'll be at Fort Valley State against Cherokee Bluff. And then Bradwell girls will be at Georgia State against Langston Hughes at 1 o'clock, or the 1 o'clock. Boys side, all right? Savannah High Blue Jackets made it to the final last year while they advanced to the Final Four with a 69-42 win over Early County. Close first half, 31-29 or something like that. It was really first 31-27. I don't know. It's a 2 or 4 point lead for the Blue Jackets, but in the second half, they just blew them away. Like I said, it ended up being 69-42. All right. Next up, Warren County, 3 o'clock at Georgia College. Okay. At Georgia College. Okay. Bradwell's at Georgia State. That's in Atlanta. Okay. Savannah High is going to Milledgeville to play at Georgia College. Windsor Forest Knight, Class 3A boys. They defeated Doherty, Bakari Bryant, Savannah High grad, 1998 state champion, assistant coach, state champion at Savannah High, head coach, state champion at Jenkins High School. Now he's down in Doherty. Once again, it's the 4th year in a row that he's had to come through Savannah. Well, Windsor Forest came back in the second half and took the lead, never relinquished it, 78-66. They'll face Sandy Creek tomorrow at 3 o'clock also. All right. Let me just double check that because I don't think that's right. So let me get my information right here. So bear with me. All right. You got to love the internet. It's right at your handle here. Okay. So, okay. That's not what I wanted. Here it is. All right. So high school basketball. All right. Yes, they will play at 3 o'clock. So the coach was right. His memory is not that bad at all. All right. So Windsor Forest will play 3 o'clock tomorrow. All right. And they'll play that at, once again, I cut off my notes here. You got to go to your notes. All right. They'll play at, they'll be playing at Fort Valley State after the Jenkins girls. All right. So we got a little Savannah flavor at the Fort Valley State. The girls, Jenkins girls, play tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And the Windsor Forest boys play at 3 o'clock, okay? And we can't forget the last one, 8 o'clock tomorrow night at Columbus State University. The St. Andrews Lions boys basketball program in a thriller beat Lakeview, who beat them the year before, 45-43, to go to state championship against Brookwood. 8 o'clock, Columbus State, the Lions out of Savannah, Georgia. I think this will be this 6th time they're in the state championship, and they won the last 3 out of 4 years they've been there. So Mel Abrams been there 10 years, got the program rolling. Just a chaotic end of that game. Go check it out on the Prep Sports Report. Okay, special to the Prep Sports Report. Nate Broom, the assistant coach, wrote up a story about it. St. Andrews is losing. Zayden Edwards steals the ball. They go up 1. Lakeview comes down, hits a 3-pointer, but the coach called a timeout before that. So they lost the 3-pointer, and the coach called a timeout. He didn't have any timeouts left. So Zayden Edwards went to the line, made 1 out of 2. They wound up winning 45-43 to get to the championship. So pretty good there. All right, go a little quick here. We talk about college basketball. College, step 2 is college. Well, you know, the Bulldogs, Georgia Bulldogs, they're 17-11 on the year. Okay? Pretty impressive. But in the SEC, not so impressive. Okay, they came over a big win against Florida. So they got to win 3 more games. It could have put them in the NCAA Division I playoffs, but they're 5-9 in conference play. They got to take on Texas, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt yet to end the season out. So we'll see what happens at Georgia Tech. Not bad, 8-9 in the ACC, 14-14 overall. It's going to be tough to get in the NCAA unless they win that ACC championship. They still got to play North Carolina State, Miami, and Wake Forest. Savannah State basketball, men finish 14-11 overall, 12-9 in conference play. They're riding a 4-game winning streak. The SEAC conference tournament starts next week. I'll be posting when they're playing. The women's team finished at 11-15 overall, 7-12 in conference. So I don't have anything yet what they're doing. Okay, baseball at Savannah State. The Tigers are 5-5, 4-2 in conference. They're on the road against Kentucky State this weekend. Okay, Scat Athletics, the equestrian team. I talk about the equestrian team all the time. They won their 5th consecutive equestrian regional championship. Next up, they'll go to the Zone 5 finals on April 5th. Just a great program over there. Equestrian, jumping fences, jumping water. Okay. Women's lacrosse is ranked number 1 now. They beat number 2, Lawrence Tech. I think it was Saturday, 20-17. A lot of goals in lacrosse, 37 goals. So they're 4-0, off to a great start. They're ranked number 1 in NAIA women's lacrosse. Step 3 professionals. We know the Braves started spring training. They had a split squad victories this past weekend against the Red Sox and Pirates. Ronaldo Lopez shined in his grapefruit league debut with 2 solid innings. Spencer Schwallenbach and Hurston Waldrop both had great outings, 2 innings. So the pitching looks really sound. Ronald Cunha and Spencer Strider on track for early season returns. I don't think they'll be there for opening day. And then, of course, upcoming this weekend, they got the Nationals, Marlins, Phillies, and Twins. Nationals tonight, Marlins tomorrow, Phillies Saturday, Twins on Sunday. Okay, it's all preseason. We'll find out. FanDuel bought out Bally Sports, so hopefully we can see more games here in the Savannah area. Hawks are 27-32. They're 9th in the East. They're still in the playoff hunt. We got a full slate of games going for the month of March. They lost last night to the Miami Heat last night, though, 131-108. They're playing tonight. They play tomorrow night against the OKC Thunder up there in the ATL. PGA Tour, Brian Harmon, Genesis Invitational 2 weeks ago, tied for 17th. This weekend, he's playing the Cognizant Classic in Palm Beach. Today, he shot 6 under, a 65. He's tied for 11th. Champions Tour, Tim O'Neill and Gene Sowers played in the Club Classic, Chubb Classic. Okay, they'll return, I think, next weekend, not this weekend. Tim O'Neill finished tied for 12th at 6 under. Gene Sowers finished for tied for 47th at 1 over. Savannah Ghost Pirates, 24-24. Right now, they're in 9th place. They won 5 of the last 8 games. Big push this month to make the playoffs. So they got to win. They got to, be in the top 8 teams. Right now, they're sitting at number 9. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night at Jacksonville against the Icemen. And then they go up and take on the Atlanta Gladiators this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Savannah Bananas back in action. Opening weekend here in Savannah last week. Bananas won 3 straight. 100 years of baseball being played in historic Grayson Stadium. Savannah Bananas upgraded AstroTurf, new scoreboard. So it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun out there at Grayson Stadium this year. This weekend, they return to Miami. That's where they finished last year at Lone Depot Park, home of the Miami Marlins. They start this weekend, Friday night, 7:30, Saturday, 7 o'clock, and Sunday, I think it's a 3 o'clock first pitch. So make sure you check that out. Last one, Soundgarden, okay? The Soundgarden concert series is opened up, okay? Saturday, we got the Love Handles. Then the following Friday, we got Fast Fashion, the Depeche Mode tribute band, okay? And then on Saturday, we got Dropkick Turbo, okay? And then the 22nd, Departure Returns, Journey tribute band. That'll be sold out. On March 29th, we got Planet Duran and Fame, Duran Duran, and David Bowie tribute. If you're looking for something fun to do, right across the parking lot, we have an indoor golf and games over there, the Thunderbolt Indoor Golf and Games. 2 simulators, play any golf course in the world. Go right across the parking lot. You'll see it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people have been going. Check it out at indoorgolfinggames.com for more information. All right, that's it. Well, we're going to shift the lineup here because I told you my first guest couldn't come in, so I had to call the coach and get the coach on. Up next, we're going to hear from the man behind South Effingham's wrestling program. A lot of success. Head coach Chris Bringer joins us after the break to talk about the Mustang season and the future of the program. Stick around. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Up next, Chris Bringer, the head coach for the South Effingham Mustang wrestling program. Be back in 3 minutes, Coach. Hang in there. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events. An outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day. A wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails. A comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round. Prompt service even when it's crowded. A fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends. And of course, delicious food. From famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back, sports fans, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's February 27th. I can't believe one more day in February. I know we're already at March 1st. But, 2 weekends ago, the Mustangs took 11 wrestlers up to the state traditional wrestling tournament. 6 came back with medals. Pretty impressive. State champions for the last couple of years. This year they fell short. They finished 3rd at traditionals. I think 3rd at the duels. But you know what? Everybody knows about South Effingham Mustang Wrestling. And this young coach is taking it to a new height. He's been there for at least 6 years. I mean, he's the big reason why this program is very successful. And, of course, with his assistance, he'll tell you that. But under his leadership, the Mustangs had another standout season, finishing 3rd in the state and crowning 3 individual state champions. So right now, on the Coach's Corner hot seat, we're going to talk Mustang Wrestling with Coach Chris Bringer. He's going to talk about the team's performance, the dedication behind the success, and what's next for the Mustangs Wrestling program. Joining me now, Coach Chris Bringer. What's up, Coach? How's it going? Your mic's not on.
There we go. Okay.
There we go. Touchdown.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I always feel blessed to be on this show because it means we're still relevant out there. So thanks for having me on.
Coach, you got a program out there that's very relevant, and people know about it, and your hard work, determination with your assistant coaches. The program's going to be relevant for a while, I think.
Yeah. This past year, we took 3rd place, and to be honest with you, we only had 4 seniors. We lost 8 seniors last year. I think a lot of people thought we were kind of going to have a down season, and we just had a really fun young and gun team. Mainly 9th and 10th graders on that team with 4 really, really good seniors, and probably the most fun I've had in wrestling in a while. it was really cool just to kind of see the young guys step up and then see 4 seniors kind of finish out in a good way. So I had a lot of fun, despite us getting third, which was kind of emotional for us. It was probably one of the more fun times I've had in a while.
Yeah, I saw some of those pictures where they're jumping and you're holding them up high in the air. I mean, pretty impressive. So no matter what year it is, when you got kids that are winning, it's always a lot of fun, Coach.
Oh, yeah. This year, 3 state champs, which beat us last year, which we had 2. That was great. We were 41-1 in duels. We had 1 bad hour all year against a really good Creekview team. And, they got us. They started at a weight class that maybe wasn't the best for us. And they had momentum going, and we lose that semifinal match. And honestly, that's the only match we lost in 3 years. And so still very, very proud of our guys. We were really tough. We bounced back. I mean, that was when we lost that duel. It was like, I've been in the military for 25 years. I've been deployed numerous times. And the feeling on the team was like someone getting shot on a deployment. I mean, the team was devastated. We lost. And, I told them, hey, we got to cry later. We have to come back and win 2 more matches and finish strong in third. And kids came out there and we whipped up on Noonan, whipped up on Coffee. And Glen Academy, which finished second, never beat us this year because we did win the region duels against them. So, and we only lost traditional state by 2 points. And
yeah, I know.
And that was our heavyweight got hurt in the second match. And if he just doesn't get hurt, we'll easily take second. And that would have been exceeding a lot of people's expectations. But I did go in thinking I was going to win the state title, but Creekview had a magical year. I mean, a really good team, great bunch of people. And, it was okay losing to them just because they had a really class act team. So
nice. All right, before I get into my 4 questions, because what I usually do with my first guest, which is usually a coach or somebody in the sports arena, I go 4 quarters, 4 questions with the guest. But you got to plug those assistant coaches, Coach, because behind every good man or a great man is a greater wife. Behind every great coach is great assistants too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Now we're not a deep staff. I got Coach Chris Hobbs. I'm 51, he's 61, and really it has been me and him for all 6 years. Last year I had an assistant coach who spent 1 year, but my wife came on the staff this year to lead our first group of girls. We had 3 girls this year, and so my wife is working as the girls coach. And then right at the end of the season, we hired a nice young man, Terry Mycourt, who's going to be our heavyweight coach next year. Very motivated, very young. But honestly, Coach Chris Hobbs has been around South Effingham wrestling probably for over 20 years and has been the backbone of that program forever. And he definitely is somebody that I count on just as a friend because I can get kind of wild and crazy. And he's probably the one guy that can kind of keep me under wraps for the most part. So assistant coaches, obviously my wife and Chris Hobbs have done a lot for this team.
Nice. And if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Coach Chris Springer, the head wrestling coach at South Effingham High School. Once again, 3 state gold medalists, 3rd in state and traditional, 3rd in duels too, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, and like you said, he graduated a lot of seniors, came back with only 2, but they made waves. And we're going to start off the 4 quarters with the coach and the coach. Okay. So another strong showing at the state tournament, duels and individuals. 3 individual champions, which I noticed somewhere said that's a record for you. What does the success about the program's development and the work your wrestlers put into the season prove to everybody that this is a consistent program?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, just finished my 6th year. I think my first 3 years, I ran around with my head cut off, just trying to make people believe that we have to do this year round. We have to practice all the time. We have to go to camps together. And now, like after the success we've had for the last 3 years, it's almost on like, auto drive. I mean, the kids, will come in. I don't really have to do too much anymore. All the parents know what we're going to do over the summer. They know they're going to wrestle 25, 30 practices. They know we're going to go to camp. We got wrestling class where we lift weights. I think it just kind of shows people that I say this all the time. Wrestling's not a genetic sport. We just work hard. If you look at my team, we never walk into a gym and no one would ever think we're the better team there because we're not the biggest. We're not the fastest. We just wrestle really, really hard. And we're just good at just, the fundamentals. And we win a lot more than we lose. And I have no physical specimens on our team. I mean, we got some good kids. I mean, Tyreek Bailey's kind of a freak for a freshman, but we don't have any of these super muscle up guys that scare anybody. I mean, Moose just won 225 matches and he's not very intimidating. The kids into Pokemon and, playing video games and, we're just not very intimidating. We just wrestle so much where I think it's just second nature to our team.
Nice. And quarter number 2, you just mentioned Moose Bringer, Brandon, your son, and we also got Bear. What's Bear's first name?
Braden.
Okay, Braden. So, but Moose, Emilio Santana, Tyreek Bailey, each won titles in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did their individual styles and strengths contribute to their championships performances?
Well, and that is like all three of them completely different. Moose is Mr. Fundamentals, always has been. He just holds position very, very well. Doesn't do anything risky whatsoever. Then you have Emilio, who is just a ball of energy. And when that kid's on fire, he's unstoppable, usually massively undersized, but more of a freak wrestler, likes to do a lot of rolling around. And then Tyreek, I think as a freshman, he's just so mature as a freshman. I'm fortunate to have Tyreek in my world history honors class. Just a very intelligent, hardworking, focused person that listens pretty well when he's on the mat. And so, yes, all three were different styles for sure. And it was a lot of fun to coach all three, and it just was really cool to watch for sure.
All right, quarter number 3. Okay, I heard you say that 2 seniors, a lot of 9th and 10th grades. Okay, so you finished in 3rd overall. Overall, the performance of this year's team, how do you feel about that? And what does it mean that you got so many young guns coming up, and you just had a lot of kids competing in the middle school tournaments that I saw on social media?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think we're going to be pretty dang good the next 2 years. I mean, this is a heavy 9th and 10th grade team. I mean, we just had a freshman win a state title. We had Bear went place, Mason Young places. Those are all 9th and 10th graders. Adam Hardiman's a 2-time placer. He'll come back as a senior next year. I think I feel like, I hope the pressure doesn't get to me, but I really feel like we are by far going to be one of the best teams in any sport next year, just because we have so much experience, and it's going to be like that for 2 years. And so they're confident. We're so hungry. I mean, kids are wrestling today. I mean, we just got off a week and a half ago, and the kids are in there because that 3rd place finish just had a huge impact on the kids. They loved being state champs for 2 years. They loved the attention we got, and they're so excited, like, already to get after it and kind of prove that we're still one of the best teams in the area.
All right, quarter number 4, okay? So you just said it. You're losing standout seniors like Moose, Emilio. Your son Braden? Is he a senior too?
He's a 10th grader. He plays so
that's still keeping in the family. But they're graduating. They've been your leaders. We know that, Tyreek is a freshman. He's already proved himself. How do you see the leadership and the expectations of this program that be carried on by those younger kids?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously my 4 seniors, I had Bobby Cron, Alaric Gibson, Emilio Santana, and Moose. Probably the 4 seniors that I was the most closest to. I mean, probably going to be the hardest to see go for sure, because the personalities on all 4 of those young men are just so dynamic and fun. But in our team, like, we had some 10th grade captains on the team, which I kind of deliberately did at the beginning of last year to make sure we had some young guys that were leading the room. But, it's like a lot of people say, good teams, the kids run that team. I don't have to come in there. If they're not working hard, the kids will correct themselves. Nice. And I already have that already right now, 1 year away from the season starting for next year. And they like to have fun, but it's just a fun thing to come into that wrestling room. And when it's time to go, everyone can go from having the wildest time to being completely serious, and everybody checks each other, and everyone's respectful about it because they know that they have a goal to be a good team. And it's a really good to see. There's a lot of leadership on that team. I really am not too worried about that aspect of it.
Well, when you win, winning brings success, and winning brings the kids out that want to do it. And Coach, I got to tell you, I just want to say, I love following what you're doing up there. And I even remember 6 years now strong. And everybody enjoys what you're doing, and keep it up. And, South Effingham wrestling people know about it. So, your dedication, your wife's dedication, your kids, your family, the school community, it's truly inspiring, and how that sport has taken off in Guyton up there. So once again, keep it up. Great job. And it's a reflection of your leadership. And anytime you got anything, Coach, you know where to call me. I love talking wrestling, Mustang wrestling.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for having me on.
And I know you're going to watch and see what these next 3 guys have to say, right?
I cannot wait. That should be a fun group of kids right there.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. So, the future of South Effingham Wrestling is in good hands from the time it started to the time it's now. I can't wait to see what next year brings because I didn't know it was a young team. So, we could have 4, maybe 5 state champions next year. It'd be pretty impressive to see the blink come out there. So, but got to thank some people who check in here. And my number one fan is back in the house. Okay, you got a comment? Put it on here. The boys are coming up next. You want to talk to the South Effingham boys? Make a comment. Ask them a question. So, dear Coach DeMasi, it's hard to remember to catch up with you during the bear with me. I'm going to bear with you, Dennis. I know you love watching. I know you're a big Philly fan. The Eagles, go Eagles. And once again, I appreciate you checking in whenever you can. All right. Dennis Kessler, number one fan of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Then, of course, Coach David Kelly checking in. He's the coach over there at Savannah Christian, does a great job. And whoever French Toast is, yes, you got the right show. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I got to find out who French Toast is because he left me something like 65 messages, all with my first name. Okay, well, at least you're tuning in. You got to love it. And if you're tuning in, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's do it, okay? Next up, got to take a quick break. So these guys are going to have to wait 3 more minutes. They're all ready to go. Got to thank the sponsors, and it's always a lot of fun. But next up, the 3 state champion wrestlers from South Effingham High School, okay, Moose Bringer, Emilio Santana, and Tyreek Bailey. They're up next. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes, guys, I promise you. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions to Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Okay, I got to get Mr. French Toast off here. I got to find out who it is. I love you too. I'm glad you enjoy the show. Okay, there we go. So once again, we're talking South Effingham High School, Mustang Wrestling, okay? And these three young men, okay, had an incredible season, okay? Just so you know, 3 state champions, Moose Bringer, Emilio Santana, and Tyreek Bailey. They're going to join me to break down their incredible season, their hard work that led to their gold medals, number 1 on the podium. So from thrilling finales to record-breaking performances, these Mustangs left it all on the mat. And I know Coach said, he's going to miss the 2 seniors, but he's got a freshman that's up and coming. So joining me now on the Coach Corner hot seat, the South Effingham High School Mustangs state champions. Moose Bringer, and get Moose on. Tyreek Bailey was there, and so was Emilio. Come on, guys, pop back in. There's one. Come on, Tyreek, where you hiding there, buddy? There you go. There you go. You see, we could do 4 at once, and, great. I mean, we could also throw Coach in there if he wants to make some comments. Coach, you want to say hi to these young guys?
I'm like videotaping the whole thing.
So, all right. So, Coach is going to go back to the green room and wait. But, guys, congratulations. It's a dream come true, and you deserve it with all your hard work and what you put into that sport.
Thank you.
So, all right. So, I sent you all 4 questions, so you prepared for this. So, we're going to start out with the man they call Moose, Brandon Bringer. Okay. First of all, how did you get the name Moose?
So when I was born, I was like 9 to 10 pounds. So I was pretty big when I was born. So parents decided to name me after a big animal. And I guess Moose was the first thought through the head.
So how did we get a Bear also? Because your brother's called Bear. Is he bigger than you?
He was actually fatter than me when he was born. He was 11 pounds or 10 or 11 pounds.
All right. So, Moose, after finishing 3rd as a sophomore and runner-up last season, how did it feel to finally win a state title in your last high school match and get on top of that podium?
It felt great, So when I was a sophomore, I got 3rd. I didn't win my semifinal. I actually lost my semifinal by a lot. So I just knew that if I had just had a little bit more confidence, I would get past the semifinals. And that was what happened in my junior year. I won the semifinals, but at the end, I couldn't finish it out. So I lost by 2, pretty close. And I was really motivated by then. I didn't want to lose my senior year. I had to finish it all out, put it all on the mat, and at the end, I got my title.
All right, now we're going to go over to Emilio, okay? Same thing with you. You finished 2nd last year. You returned stronger to win this season, take the state title. What adjustments did you make to reach that top step, that top of the podium?
Yes, I just improved my work ethic and practice way harder in the practice room, just thinking about how short I came up, and just did extra practice at home. And my mindset, I changed my mindset mentality. When I used to go into matches, I used to look at other people and think, if they're bigger than me, then it's going to be a tough match. But I changed it into thinking, I'm the best kid in this bracket. I'm here to win it all, and just improved on everything, worked on everything that I failed in the year before.
Nice. Okay, we're going to go to the freshman here, okay? Tyreek Bailey winning a state title as a freshman is a huge accomplishment, and Coach will probably tell you that like everybody else with. What was your biggest challenge this season, and how did you overcome it to get that also to get to the top of the podium like your teammates?
There was a lot of challenges. Among those challenges were just the mental and physical aspect of it. Having to come home from school, having to finish assignments and go outside or run and just work harder outside of the practice room. And part of the physical aspect, just really injuries, elbow, ankle, just a lot of injuries to deal with, but push through it.
All right, so we'll go back with Emilio now, okay? So from what I read, all right, your championship match ended with a 3rd period fall. What was the key to getting that pin and closing out your high school career with a title on a pin?
Yes. So the match started, and I was off to a bad start, got taken down, but I just thought in my head that I can't lose it again, and I got pushed up the pace, kept working hard, and I didn't let up, and then just rolled around like Coach said that I just rolled. So I rolled and got into a position where I can put him on his back and just held him there and didn't let go.
Nice, nice. And Brandon, I mean, from what I read, you controlled the championship match from start to finish. What was your mindset going into that final period?
So my mindset, it was very clear as I had in my head, was all in the path of victory and glory. In the past couple of times, the past 3 times I wrestled him, I had a good lead, and all I knew I had to do was stay in good positioning, have just be alive, be ready for anything he throws at me, and I just won. It's as simple as that. I just had it better to him.
Long time coming, and you got it. And Tyreek, your final match came down to the wire with a 5-4 decision. What was going through your mind in that last few moments that you were up that 1 point?
I mean, I knew if I held onto his leg, I would win. Nothing else really mattered there. It was simple. If he scored, I lost. If he didn't score, I would win. It was just really as simple as that.
All right, we'll stay with you on the next question, okay? Tyreek Bailey, only a freshman. How does winning a state championship this early in your career motivate, or how is it going to motivate you for the next 3 years? Because now you got to live up to what you did this year.
I feel as if, like, I got the first title. I just need to go for the rest of them and just keep that legacy. And then,
nice. And Emilio, you're a senior. Whoops. Got to put you back here on the stage, Emilio. All right. So as a senior leader, okay, in that program, what advice would you give younger wrestlers looking to follow you in your footsteps and seeing how hard you work to get to that, the pinnacle of winning a state title?
Yes, I would tell them that the amount of work you put will show on the mat, and that, like, you just have to push through stuff. Like, you're gonna win and lose in this sport, but you just gotta watch it, look to what you failed in, work on it, improve it, and the outcomes will come.
Nice, nice. Yeah, you just got to keep on going, and I agree with you. So, all right, so there we go. Got it back, guys. You know, I'm a one-man show, so I'm trying to get you all in there, trying to give you a little more exposure, so bear with me, okay? So, Moose, you're up next, okay? I mean, we hear about 100 wins in a career in wrestling. 225 career wins. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And that means you're going to leave a legacy. So what does it mean to leave that kind of legacy at South Effingham High School with 225 victories?
So when I leave my legacy, I just hope to know that all the kids that go in the wrestling room just know that 220 wins, that's definitely possible for them. So I just want to hope it keeps a competitive environment, and eventually maybe one of them will beat my record. So I'm just rooting for them for the future, and I just hope that when they see my name on the top of the list for the most wins, I just hope they know that they want to be up there too. So I just hope they win, like break my record. It shows like the improvement they got on, like came along, and just hope they beat my record.
Said it for the younger guys, and talk about the younger guys. So yeah, Tyreek, you got to beat 225 wins, but you being the youngest of the South Effingham State champions, how did your older teammates, especially the seniors, these two guys and the other two guys that aren't here, help you throughout your season as a freshman wrestler?
They showed me the small. I'm sorry. They showed me the small things I was doing wrong. They showed me small details I could work on better, like, for instance, correcting my shots and just pointing out areas for improvement. Especially two of the seniors, Alaric and Emilio. They're more my size, so they would work with me more. If I were to scramble around and roll with them, they would just help me. Just simple as that.
Nice way to keep the team spirit going together. You guys being true leaders. So, Emilio, now that your high school career is over, what are your plans in wrestling, and do you see yourself competing at the next level, maybe?
Yes. It's sad that my high school career is over and a lot of memories, but I do plan on wrestling at the next level. whatever opens up for me. So yeah, I do plan on continue my wrestling career.
Nice. And Moose, this is it. I mean, looking back on your high school wrestling career, what was the most important lesson you learned that you'll carry with you moving forward and hopefully at the next level?
What I've always learned is that at the end of the day, there's always someone better. So that just keeps my mind straight and just keeps me motivated to train even harder. And just hopefully, maybe at one day, at the top of the day, I'm the best there is. So just to keep my mental straight and work harder every day.
All right, guys. Coach doesn't know I'm going to ask you this, and you guys didn't have this on your list, but tell us about the coaching staff, what it means to that Effingham, South Effingham High School wrestling program. What do these guys bring to the table? Now, Moose, you can go first and start talking about Dad. You know what I mean?
Oh, my dad. He's just honestly, people might think people might think that I get like more training than them, but at the end of the day, my dad coaches all of them at the same time. But my dad's always been there for my emotional days and my troubled days, but he's always there for me. I got him in the next room, so ask him what I can do better or not.
Emilio, what does the coaching staff mean to you? Emilio, did you hear the question? What does the coaching staff? What does the coaching staff mean to you?
It means a lot. I've known Coach Bringer like for a long time now, so he's really like taught me everything I know. We're really close, and like he's hard on us, but we need it. Like that's what made us win so much, is him being hard and strict to what we do, and always being there for us, no matter the outcome.
Nice. Now, Tyreek, you're going to have 3 years with this guy, 3 more years. What are your feelings about your first year with the coaching staff, Coach Bringer and Coach Hobbs?
When I first moved here in 7th grade, I already had a little bit of some experience, but I feel like the longer I stayed here, like I went from here all the way up from here just in that amount of time. And sure, clubs did help me, but the experience in the high school room with the level of coaching he does and the people in the room, it really impacted. It really had a major impact in my growth and the reason why I was on top of the podium. So I am forever thankful for that. And
nice guys. Hey, Coach, you want to say something about these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it was a special year. I mean, I've known every one of them at a different level in their life, and it's just a special group. And I think they're a great representation of the kids in our room, the parents in our room, and I'm going to miss the 4 seniors a lot, and I look forward to hopefully I stay alive long enough to coach Tyreek all 4 years, because I want to have a heart attack a lot of times we're coaching. But I'm just super proud of these 3, and I hope the best for them. I'm really happy for their families too. Tyreek and Emilio's parents are really dedicated wrestling parents, and it was really cool for them to see their sons win. So I'm glad I could do that for them.
Nice. Well, guys and Coach, your hard work has paid off. You made history. You're part of that South Effingham High School program with the gold trophies, the gold medals, and you set the bar high over there for the younger people. It's an honor having you guys on the show and talking to you about it. So, Moose, Emilio, Tyreek, thank you for coming on. And once again, as always, go Mustangs.
Thanks for having us on. I really appreciate it.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
I mean, what can you say about a program that's consistently a winner? And as Coach said in his interview, a lot of younger athletes in this program. So this program's going to go very far. So I mean, like I said, I got sick. I wanted to get them on as soon as after they won it because, I followed as close as I can. That's one sport, though, in all the years that I was a coach, and it was a long time, that I didn't coach wrestling, but I was always involved in it as a supervisor, as in helping the coaches get their kids to make weight. So I didn't know the tactics. I don't know the tactics, but I'm telling you right now, it's probably the most grueling sport that an athlete can be involved in because it's man against man, girl against girl. Every single muscle in your body has to be involved in it, and it's phenomenal to watch. You could take all your TV wrestling and throw out the window. You want to watch true wrestling? Watch high school and college wrestling. That's what it's all about. And I'm glad to say that South Effingham High School Mustang is the best in this state, even though people will argue with you. Yeah, they finished third, but you know what? Pretty good showing, though. 6 out of 11 wrestlers coming home with gold medals. Well, I got to thank them for coming on. I got to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, I was supposed to have another guest, but due to the traffic, he couldn't get home in time. So I'm going to bring on Chase Goodman from Pro Shoot Media next week to talk about his interest in athletics as a photographer, because kids are involved in athletics other than just going out there and playing sports. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking to him, and I'm excited to get him back on. I was supposed to have him on also, but I got sick. So I apologize for that. Well, like I say every week, I hope I took your mind away from something for almost an hour. Got to say a lot of prayers for this crazy world we live in, and just keep it going. There's a lot of going on, and just be happy that we're here, we're together, and we can be with each other. That's what it's all about. So whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, like I say, always hit it out of the park. And until I see you guys again or talk to you next week without getting sick, I hope it's your best week ever. So God bless. Peace out. I'll talk to you later, and it's always a lot of fun. Thank you for watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe to the page, the YouTube channel. Let's grow it up. Let's get more news out of you, get more people involved in what these kids are doing in the Savannah, Chatham County, Bryan County, Effingham County, Liberty County areas. I would love to go across the bridge, but it's just tough to do. One-man show. Appreciate it. I'm out of here. See you next week.